What's up, everyone? There's your boy Demalo1 coming at you again. Figured I'd do a little motovlog while I'm stuck over here in this damn traffic. On a positive note though, at least this isn't Cali traffic. Actually, it would be better if it actually was Cali. We'll be able to legally lane split. Yeah, I don't know if y'all spotted it all in the mirrors or anything, but I'm running a slightly different helmet than I was last time. So, whole new mic position, maybe the sound quality might be a little better without as much wind noise, don't know for sure. I do know I haven't really had too much wind coming into this helmet unless I got all the vents open, which, like my dumb ass right now, actually has open. So I'm going to go ahead and close all those up. And it sucks too, because I just heard my fans turn on my bike. That rarely happens. But I have actually been hauling ass trying to get over here to meet up with a buddy of mine. We're about to hit some twisties today. At least so he claims. Haven't heard back from him about a half hour or so. But, you know, he could be on his bike, so I ain't gonna knock him for it. I'll try getting a hold of him as soon as I get to where we're going for the meetup. If you don't answer, I'm gonna just go ahead and go hit all the twisties I'm on. I want a lane split, but personally, I don't do it going past semis, and I don't do it past, for instance, that pickup up there. I don't know if the camera can see it, but he's got the extended mirrors for the trailer, and of course, there's the tow truck up there. Those are the three vehicles I never lane split past, strictly for my own safety. Matter of fact, yesterday I was, or not yesterday, about 2 days ago or so, I was lane splitting on the freeway, and I knew not to be lane splitting at that speed going around a curve, but you live and you learn. I ended up hitting the guy's mirror with my shoulder. Still got a nice sized bruise from it, but luckily the gear I'm wearing, it took the majority of the impact for me. I got a feeling I'm gonna regret getting in this lane. Oh, hey baby, come here. She's actually kind of cute. Oh, she drives a Honda, never mind. She just lost every brownie point she had. So sad. Yeah, hopefully one of these days, here in Texas, they would allow lane splitting right here down the middle. It'd be so nice, because, man, when you're in traffic like this, especially when you're doing group rides, really the group ain't gonna do nothing but just take up way more room on the interstate, making traffic even worse. But they actually gave us the approval to lane split. Even if we weren't allowed to lane split, at least allow us to pull off to the shoulder right here on the emergency lane and be able to drive through there. Because if we could drive through there, not only would traffic flow be a lot better, but also we're out of dangerous way. The only time someone should go over there is in case of an emergency, and I'm pretty sure if an emergency happened, especially in bumper to bumper traffic like this, we would be able to spot it, or at least be able to stop well in advance. It's not like we're saying, like for instance, look, I'm doing 30 miles an hour. I'm saying we should not be allowed to go any more than, like, let's say 40 in that lane. If we're able to do at least 40 in that lane, I'm pretty sure it would help us out a lot, especially like my bike. I was at 4 bars earlier for my temperature, and I already dropped down to 3. Now that I've been kind of moving a little bit, but when I was in just pure stop and go getting onto the freeway, it was overheating. And I'm actually liquid cooled. I know a lot of air cooled ones do have issues. Man, one little accident. Okay, that ain't too little. He went off the freeway. But one little incident, and you want to slow up the entire world around you. Because this guy really got a reef on his back tire still. Christmas was so last year, buddy. Although that does look kind of dope with a little star in the middle. Gotta give him that much. Oh man, this wind is actually really obnoxious. I was gonna go on a nice bike ride tomorrow, but our winds are gonna be up to like 20 plus miles an hour. And that's just the casual wind. Our gusts are supposed to be closer to the 40s, supposedly. But last time I checked, that was about 3-4 days ago. So who knows? I still have my turn signal on. Such a noob. But anyways, they're going to be attempting to break a Guinness Book of World Records tomorrow at the Harley-Davidson of Bedford, I believe it was. I'm not too familiar with the cities around here, so excuse me if I'm wrong. Thank you. So, anyways, yeah, they're going to be trying to break a new world record over there. They're trying to have more than 300 motorcycles do a burnout at the exact same time. Supposedly, the old record was 300 exactly. I haven't looked too much into it. Personally, I'm on a R3. I've managed to do some burnouts, but nothing that's worthy enough of something like that, if you ask me. I can maybe get it to burn out for a good like 3-4 seconds, but after that, it feels like my front brake just gives out. Like it's too squishy and just starts rolling. That or I'm just too much of a noob. Who knows? Oh, why did I get in this lane? Excuse me, lady. Damn, I want to jump in front of that truck. Man, people getting into accidents left and right. Like, learn how to drive, people. What the fuck? It's not that difficult. You stay between that line, you stay between that line, you just drive straight, you'll be fine. You see brake lights? What do? You lift off of the throttle and use your brakes. Come on, guys, it ain't that difficult. Kind of makes me wonder how many of these people actually have a legitimate license. And again, you'll never know. Look, another, oh my god. Everyone's talking about zombies going to be the end of this world. It's these idiotic drivers. Then again, I shouldn't be talking. I drive like a complete asshole when I'm on this bike. I'm not too bad. I do speed a little here and there and kind of jump in front of some people. But before I jump in front of them, I always make sure they're not on the phone or somewhat distracted. I try to make eye contact, but sometimes, depending on my speed, that's not always possible. Hey buddy, you got like 20 accidents that direction. Whether he's here or not, I'll definitely be restarting this video ever so shortly. I'm just going to see if he's here, try to get a hold of him. If not, I'm going to the twisties on my own. Hopefully nothing happens, knock on wood. Shit, I ain't got no wood on my bike. Although I have been thinking I really do need to add just like a little 2x4 or something just for those random situations. Thank you. This bitch gonna keep driving. See, woman, it's people like you that always cause the accidents. And apparently this food is not up here. I technically got enough gas to go ahead and do this run, but I'd much rather go ahead and top off. Be on the safe side. On your phone, really? Let's see if she remember. Never mind. I was gonna say, I wonder if she's actually gonna remember to turn for turn signal. I don't know what's up with girls always constantly using a cell phone. I ain't trying to sound sexist or nothing, but seriously, people. And for y'all in California, man, I don't know if y'all can see that price, but I feel sorry for y'all. For me, that's expensive. $247 for 93. Y'all probably paying close to $5. Yeah, I'll get back with you guys in a little bit. So yeah, welcome to my twisties. The turns ain't all that sharp, at least not in this section, but you do got a lot of blind turns, and of course the fun animal and deer jump out at you. I actually came across a turtle the other day, and the sad part is I actually almost hit the turtle. It's not like he's gonna run any further. I could have swerved around him, but no, I'll go full lock just to avoid him. That thing was actually pretty dang big. It was a decent sized snapper turtle, or snapper, whatever. But one thing that's really risky about this road is most cages that drive through here, they ride dead center of the entire road. So you gotta be very careful when you're going through the turns. Let me kill this stupid ass music. So yeah, a lot of cages that are driving through here, they tend to ride right here through all the freaking turns. Although granted, I do actually, you know, I do go on the opposite side of the road just to dive in for the apexes and that kind of thing. But that's a whole another story. I see that van almost every time I'm here. Let me turn some other music, see if I find something decent. And this will work. Probably really should not be going this fast to the residential. But one thing that sucks too is, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but like all right here is nothing but gravel on the sides. And like right here, it comes all the way out into the road, mid-curve. So if you don't notice twisties, you may be in for a world of pain. But luckily I come out here almost every day and run at least 1-2 loops. Also, apparently my buddy was not ready. He was still on his way home when I got a hold of him. So he said he's gonna go ahead and call me. So I might not even be able to get a full loop in by the time I meet up with him. But I'm gonna try to, at the least. Oh, and at the end of these speed humps also, on the right hand side, right after I go around the left hand curve, there's actually a guy out here that owns the R3. I don't know if it's a 15 or 16 model. Haven't really looked too much into it. But exact same color as mine and everything. He was supposed to ride with us one day, but he just like turned off and decided to go his own way. I don't know if we were going too fast for him, or if we were driving too crazy for him, or you know, if he just wasn't feeling it. But yeah, he was supposed to ride with us. Granted, I will say that it felt really weird riding with a bike that looked identical to mine. It's just like the weirdest thing ever to me. Don't turn in front of me. Don't you dare turn in front of me. There's usually gravel on the road too, so I gotta kind of slow it down, be careful. And all this section, there's a lot of open field over there. Deer like to kind of go out there, eat, do whatever they do, and run back this direction. So this is actually one of my favorite sections just because the visual of it. But it's also one of the most dangerous sections out of everything. There's a few other pretty iffy spots, but like the first couple times I rode through it, scared the hell out of me. But nowadays, I'm all grown up. Really? Why would you slow down? Hey man, you got a headlight out. Potato. get it in. God, this is one thing that sucks about this particular part of this loop I do, is this is where I always run into traffic. Sometimes on the twisties I do run into some traffic. Like the other night I was out here, I ran into some traffic, but that guy was actually relatively quick. It was pretty late at night, so I understand why he slowed down so much for some of the turns, like the really blind turns. But other than that, you could tell that the ones he could see, he was just going balls out through it, and I liked it because, you know, it gave me a reason to actually chase somebody. And it wasn't the turns I just got done going through. I mean, you'll see them in a little bit. I just gotta kind of drive through a little town up here in a second. It's gonna be a long, boring, straight ass road. If I'm not mistaken, on this particular turn, there's only like a few more slight little kinks in the road, like right here. And I believe there's 2 left-handers and 1 more right-hander, and it's nothing but straightaways, which really sucks, because if I wasn't behind this car, I could actually be hauling my ass through all here. But there's never been one time heading this direction that I did not run into traffic. And it's like I always run into them in the turns. And it's like, why do you brake and scoot all the way to this side of the road? Like, you got all this room over here. Like, I got enough room to fit 2 motorcycles on the left hand side. I understand you're giving a little courtesy room for the other traffic, but at the same time it's like, come on, man, really? Like, if you're gonna go all the way to the edge of the road just to slow down because you're nervous about where you are in the road, you probably should not either A, be behind the wheel, B, be driving as quick as you are through the turn, or C, maybe you should brake before the turn and then continue a steady pace throughout the turn. See, right there was a nice little brake to get down the speed. That's okay, but look how wide this person is going. They're kicking up a whole bunch of dirt and everything at me. That's another thing too. I don't know if you guys are following me on Facebook or what, but I know I recently posted a video of a real dirty bike. I came out here when it was raining, so I did get a lot of dirty water thrown up at me, but a majority of it was from people riding basically like right here, constantly kicking up dirt. And as you see, when I said right here, I'm already on the other side of the white line once that appeared. It was horrible. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short, and I'm gonna start it back up once I get back to the twisties. I gotta go through about 4 lights before I get back towards that area. So, see you guys in a bit. Alright, so I just entered into the part of the twisties. Doubt my camera's gonna pick up most of the stuff that I really want to show, but yeah, it'll do for the time being. This right here is really technically turn 1. It's a double apex, which actually tightens. There's usually water and a little gravel on the road. If you go off, I mean, you go off. A lot of the right-handed turns here are around a nice little ravine that have a nice little drop off. I know I got some decent video footage of it one day. There's one section I really want to just climb on down there and get a decent picture, but it would be too much of a pain to get my bike down there. Sorry, I had my visor open. I got a bug squished in like the worst possible spot on my lens. One of the drop-offs. Wicked bumper on this corner somewhere. Oh, right here. Sorry guys, had to kill the high beams. I don't know how good the video footage is going to come out now, but this is the one spot I really want to get a picture of. I mean, it's way down there. texting and riding, right? Just making sure that one more homie that I'm supposed to meet up with. I should probably close at least my mouth. I'm gonna keep the top ones open. Now, this particular section, the guy I'm supposed to meet up with actually went off the road right up here on the curve. I mean, there's typically a lot of gravel here because semi trucks come through and park. But right here is where he went off. He was tucked in, but he ended up focusing on right there on the exit. So he basically just ended up going right off right here next to the pole and rode down and dumped it right in that general area. I was in the middle of leading the pack, so I didn't really get a chance to see it, but he didn't mess his bike up all that bad. Got a couple scratches. Really, the frame sliders really helped him out a lot right there. He just ended up breaking one of his OEM turn singles, but he claims that's okay because he really wanted to get some new ones anyways. So it was perfect time for him to go get them. I personally haven't seen him since that particular day, but he said he got it all fixed. So I'm pretty curious to see what kind of turn singles he decided to pick up in place of the old OEM ones. Sniffling a lot. I apologize. It's been really cold. I've been riding in some crappy weather lately. Just trying to stay warm as much as possible, but I'm pretty sure I'm coming down with a cold. Oh, going a little too quick, but I'll work with it. Oh shit, it's this turn. This thing always pops up on me because I like going quick to the other one. Another thing I was going to mention too is you might actually hear me breathing a little heavy here and there. I'm currently wearing a Cortec backpack, and I actually got the straps on like really snug because I got some water bottles in there, and they're like kind of shifting around every which direction. I'd much rather me start feeling the weight shift initially, other than my whole bag just leaning to one side on me randomly. So I kind of make up for the difference in it. Yeah, I got the straps on real tight, so it's like really squeezing my chest and ribs. So it's kind of weird. It almost makes me feel like I'm having a workout when I ride my bike. I know my arms are kind of getting a little workout on some of these turns. And yes, I do apply pressure on my arms. I know you're supposed to stay light, but some turns I honestly just want to feel everything the front tire is giving me. So I kind of hold on to the handlebars a little tighter than I need to. And damn, I never noticed there was sand right there. Here's a second gear hairpin. Very sketchy. We almost hit some deer down here at one point. Very sharp, weird uphill turn. Now, one thing I'm really glad that I was at. Ooh, gravel. Yeah, last time I came out riding, there was a lot of water right there, and it's still there. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still there. So it's good that I'm coming out here, doing a quick little run through, getting an idea of how well this layout is. I'm saying layout like I built the course kind of thing. GT6 logic. You gamers would understand. Anyways, yeah, it's a good thing that I came out here to actually check out this twisting loop. I always try to come out in advance before the whole, like, I got a group coming Sunday, and Sunday morning, well, we're starting our ride at like 12:15, 12:30, something like that. But I'm gonna honestly come out here probably like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, do a couple loops through this section, just kind of get an idea what the road conditions are like. So when I get back with the group, I can let everybody know, like, hey, you know, it's some gravel on the road here and there. There's going to be a sharp right-hand hairpin, for instance, might have some water on the inside edge, so be careful for stuff like that. Or, you know, there was a lot of animals out earlier today, so be wary of that kind of stuff, you know. Just to go talk through, let everybody know what's really going on, what's not. Yeah, right here, I love flooring it, but it's real sketchy. I've had deer come out right here and maybe force me off on the road right there. And they just sat there and stared at me, didn't do nothing. Pulled my bike out the ditch, started it up, honked the horn, they still didn't move, I revved it up, they just looked at me, and I literally had to drive between them all. Oh, that was a skid mark. Scared the hell out of me. Back to a residential. And it looks like I'm catching up to another car. This residential always cuts this turn right here. It's just too bumpy if I don't. Oh, dead squirrel. I might have to remember that one. Or maybe later on come out here and push it off to the side of the road. That's one thing I have noticed I do. Is like when I first got the bike, I'd actually come out here, run my little loop. Before I actually knew a lot of bikers would run this area. Now this back section I'm on, not many people really know about this, but the particular group that I run with, they've one of the admins for that group, he actually runs this back section quite often from my understanding, so he's pretty familiar with it. So I was pretty surprised, just he kind of runs this whole section I'm in now all the way around. Thank you. Oh, that's entertaining. Anyways, like I said, when I first come out here, or when I first started coming out here when I first got my bike, you know, I came out here, I figured, you know, my bike ain't all that quick, even though at the time it kind of felt a little quick, but once I started hitting the twisties, that's when I started realizing my bike's pretty quick, but I felt like I was personally too slow. But over time I started riding with more and more people through here, and I started realizing, like, damn, you know, this R3 is so light and nimble. I'm watching people understeer turns, they're having issues flicking it, setting up for the next turn, so on and so forth. And that's when I realized, you know, this R3 is great for me, because personally in cars I love tailgate, I love canyon driving. So doing something canyon like, oh shit, better go before the traffic gets here. So doing something canyon like with a motorcycle is perfect for me. Now, granted, I do want a little more power, so I'm looking at getting the new R6 hopefully. And I just mostly want that for freeway. But from my understanding, the R6 would basically be the perfect mix between a 300 and a 1000. Of course, it's, you know, like right in between it, but I want something with more power, but I still want something nice and nimble. So who knows, maybe hopefully I can find a shop close by and see if they might let me go ahead and take their R6 for a test ride. Try to do a little loop around over here, or who knows, maybe I might run across someone that's cool enough to let me go ahead and test out their motorcycle out here on the twisties, see if, you know, I want to pick up the newer model version, or maybe even an older one, just save some money. Although I really want that new 2017 R6. That new color scheme is beautiful. Yeah. No, for real though, it's fucking amazing. Like, I would do anything for that bike right now. Almost anything. Damn, I need to watch more what I say. One of my other favorite high-speed turns, as long as there ain't no gravel on the road, I like getting close as hell to this line because it wants to kill you. In case you guys haven't noticed, back there when I turned and started back on the straight, I'm back on the main straight where I said I'll always run into traffic, and look, traffic, like always. Matter of fact, if I wasn't hauling this, I would have every last one of those cars back there, basically right in front of me. And of course, I happen to get a car through one of my favorite spots over here too. But he might be nice like the other guy was, and, you know, flash his lights, let me know that he wants me to go around him. That's one good thing about this area is, like, in the daytime when you're riding through residentials, you see a lot of people that say, you know, slow down for motorcycles, be courteous to motorcycles, that kind of thing. because this whole front section where I am now, people tend to, you know, scoot over for bikes. A lot of people around here really ride bikes, and it's very common for bikes to come through this particular area, but that backside after the straightaway, not many go back there. It's a lot riskier back there too. But anyways, back to what I was saying earlier. Sorry, I'm just like rambling on, getting off subject big time. So when I first got this bike, I used to come out here and, you know, practice my roll-on, roll-off techniques, because when I first got it, I was real scared. I was iffy about giving it too much throttle through the turns, feeling like I'm not leaning it properly. So it really taught me a lot coming out in this general section and doing that. But then over time, you know, I started realizing specific road hazards. Like one area might have a lot of dirt, like the residential area where I say, look, here comes some gravel coming all the way across the road mid-turn. That's very dangerous. Well, in that particular area up there, that's when I end up actually pulling over and kicking all that dirt off to the side, because I knew, for one, I was going to be doing another run, and I did not want to have to come across the obstacle again when I get there. But at the same time, once I started doing it and realizing more bikers out here, I felt more like I was doing it for everyone else's safety other than just my own. You know, like when I first started, I was just worried about myself and not killing myself. But over time, I realized how many people really ride out here, and I honestly love it. Like, I've been out here riding with cruisers, sport bikes. I mean, a nice little mix of everything. Of course, you do on occasion have people on cruisers clashing with the people on sport bikes. That can kind of BS, but me personally, I don't care what kind of bike you own. You come out here with a little 25cc scooter, some little Japanese BS piece of garbage. Sorry, Chinese. I don't want none of y'all killing me in the comments, but yeah. And I would easily be more than willing to ride with you. Like, as long as you got two wheels, you enjoy the freedom of riding, you enjoy being out and about, you don't mind just cruising. It's not like you're wasting a shit ton of gas with these fucking things. Like, before I even hit the freeway to come out here and meet up with my buddy earlier, I filled up my tank. I only put like, what, 475 in? And I forced it to top off earlier. Oh, there goes all that gravel I kicked off the road a couple months back. So, yeah, I only put like $1.90, $1.70, $1.90 or something like that in. And I was only down like a bar, maybe a bar and a half when it was time for me to top off. But, you know, before I do come out here and hit the twisties, I'm not only top off, but I'll make sure I'm basically overflowing it, which is a bad thing. Especially because supposedly once you overheat the bike and the gas expands, it could possibly explode and so on and so forth. And my bike was already kind of hot at the time, but I knew once I got back here and the temperature's dropping, like right now, honestly, I'm pretty damn chilly. Like, my buddy don't hurry up, I might have to just run back to the house and put on some more gear, because it's starting to get really cold. Like, it's 72, I believe, today. Oh shit. But it's supposed to be dropping down to right around the, I think it was 55, 50, something like that. So yeah, overall, temperature was supposed to get colder. Then again, I know once I stop recording and actually turn on some music and start jamming on, I'd be in a way better mood, be more hyped up, have my blood flowing a lot better. Look, more gravel. Now I'm just going to be really worried once my buddy gets here, because he is by far not familiar with these at all. I took him out here one time. Just one time, and he wrecked his bike, and he hasn't rode with me since. But he's supposedly coming out today, so we'll see. I'm definitely just going to be basically riding the way I am now, just kind of pacing myself. The areas I like to haul ass in, I'm not even going to bother. So yeah, it's going to be a whole new world for me, because last time, you know, it was starting to get a little dark. Not too, but no, it wasn't even getting too dark. I think it was only like 2:30 when he went down. So yeah, you know, he kind of saw some of it in the daytime, but we also strayed off our path because we had another guy leading at the time. So we did this front section, straight off somewhere else, did a lot of freeway crap, came back, and once the leader took off, me and him decided to go ahead and finish up the rest of the run I thought we were originally going to do. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to running with this guy again. And if I'm not mistaken, he was talking about bringing a Grom out here one day. He said it'd have a lot of fun. Man, I would love to see him out here on the Grom. Like, honestly, I think me and him would have a blast on the Grom. He would probably destroy me through a majority of this, because some sections are relatively high speed if you really want to get on it. But seriously, I think me and him would be killing the corners. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to bring that up to him. Hopefully this fool hurries up and calls me though. For all I know, my phone probably even died. And then from here, here's basically where we started to run at. Basically turn in off this road, come up right here, and go basically where I just came from, and that's the very beginning. Right now I'm just cruising all the way back here towards the back. There's actually a police station back here, but there's a boat ramp right back here. You might actually, yeah, there's a truck back there about to go launch his boat now. But right back here, the area that's all lit up, I'm pretty sure that's it. They got, oh, what the fuck are you? I think that was a dog. Damn, I just turned my brights off too. I really hope my camera picked it up. Even though I highly doubt it did it. Yeah, just because it's a dog, I'm gonna come way over here in the light and kind of keep my bike running and take a little break. I want to be able to dip out just in case this crazy ass decides to come destruction. So yeah guys, that was basically almost the entire loop, besides the little segments that I did end up cutting out, or I might end up cutting out because of vocal editing issues that I have. Anyways, there's your boy DeMarlo1. Make sure to stay tuned. I'll get some more videos out here as soon as possible. I'll let you later.